Hello and welcome to a video that I've been waiting to make for years. I've been waiting to make this video to talk about this announcement for years. I think I talked about this in a video 4 years ago as my dream #1 Blu-ray release. You all know the news by now if you care enough to be excited about it. The Before trilogy is finally coming out on Blu-ray, and it's going to be released by the Criterion Collection to boot, which is where we all knew it was going to end up. This is a series that I have a lot of love for and have wanted to see the first two films brought out on Blu-ray for the longest time, even if it was a bog standard bare bones release from the the studios that kind of distributed them in the first place. And that's one of the reasons that it's been so hard to get the three films together in a single release from Criterion, because the rights are tied up with different companies. But they finally did it. They've been hinting at it for quite a while. It's been about a year and a half since we've kind of unofficially been confirmed this news, from Richard Linklater himself to Ethan Hawke talking about how Criterion were going to work on releasing these three films in a box set, and we also got the Boyhood announcement, and it came out recently on Blu-ray. And obviously Richard Linklater has had quite a few films released by the Criterion Collection. I'd still like to see them release Everybody Wants Some. That'd be another great Criterion release. Anyway, on with the Before trilogy. I mean, it's not often I make a video like this talking about an announcement of a Blu-ray coming out. It really isn't. The only time I can think of has been The Burbs, like 2 years ago. And this really is just dream release stuff. Like, I'm just so happy about this, and I've been reading the comments on Facebook and Instagram, Twitter, and things like that, Blu-ray.com, and it's been interesting seeing the reaction. A lot of people are like, oh my god, I love the first film, the second film's okay, I hate the third film, but this is great. Other people saying, oh, the first film's rubbish, the second one's a masterpiece, the third one's terrible, I'll pick this up on a sale. And then there's loads of other people saying, this is day one for me, I'm not waiting for the Barnes & Noble sale, I'm getting this day one, so excited about this release. And that is how I feel about it. I jumped out of bed literally to run down to the laptop and pre-order it instantly. I pre-ordered it twice, in fact. One copy to come to me here in Norway, and a second copy to go to my friend Ryan Chataway. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit on those two pre-orders, see what the packaging is like once they release the images of it, probably about a month before release, and I'll see what it's like. If it's some kind of deluxe digipack kind of packaging that can be easily dented, I'll cancel my order to be sent here, and I'll get it sent to Ryan, my friend, over in Florida, and he'll kind of bubble wrap the hell out of it for me and hook me up with that, and I'll pay whatever the shipping costs, because I want this in pristine condition, and I will pay any amount for it. Because it's dream level stuff. I'm so happy about this. I love all three films so much, and for completely different reasons. Huge fan of the series, huge fan of the director, of the cast. It's just, yeah, it's really exciting. I'm going to run through the special features now. We have a restored 2K digital transfer of both Before Sunrise and Before Sunset, a 2K digital master of Before Midnight, approved by the director Richard Linklater, of course. Then there's a load of audio stuff that I'm not really interested in. New discussion featuring Linklater and actors Julie Delpy and Ethan Hawke, moderated by critic Kent Jones. Behind the scenes footage and interviews from the productions of Before Sunrise and Before Sunset. A new documentary about the making of Before Midnight in Greece by filmmaker Athena Rachel Sangari. Dream is Destiny, a 2016 feature-length documentary about Linklater by Louis Black and Karen Bernstein. 3x2, a new conversation between scholars Dave Johnson and Rob Stone about Linklater's work. And Linklater on Cinema and Time, a video essay by filmmaker Kogo Noda. And also an essay on the trilogy by critic Dennis Lim. Wow. And also an audio commentary on Before Midnight with Delpy, Linklater, and Ethan Hawke, which was on the original Blu-ray release of that when it came out. So a lot of special features, a feature-length documentary about Richard Linklater sounds very interesting to me. Behind the scenes footage and interviews from the first two films. I hope that's more substantial than it could be. It could very easily be a 5 to 10 minute piece, or it could be a whole host of interviews and video pieces on the first two films. I don't know. And the only criticism I have, and there's no artwork for the release yet, the only criticism I have is that they didn't go the full hog and get commentaries recorded for Before Sunrise and Before Sunset. I'm sure I've read Ethan Hawke and or Richard Linklater talk about how they'd love to go back to those first two films and do commentaries on them. And it'd be great to have the three, you know, Linklater and Delpy and Hawke, to do audio commentaries on the first two films, because their commentary on Midnight was great. But it is what it is, and I hope that this discussion that has been filmed for the Blu-ray between Delpy, Hawke and Linklater will be a very substantial one, like 30, 40, 50 minutes even. You know, I want all, you know, I just want so much content for these films. I want everything, you know, and I definitely want to be greedy about it. We've waited long enough for it, and so I want the bang for the buck, but I also want them to really delve into their thoughts behind these films and all sorts of things that go along with that, because you know, I'm a huge fan of special features and delving into the minds of the people behind the films, because of course Ethan Hawke and Julie Delpy aren't just the stars of this series, they wrote the second and third films as well, along with Richard Linklater, so they're very much involved in the process as well as being in the films. So there's a lot to be gleaned from their opinions on it, I think. And there are interviews with them out there on YouTube and things like that, but to have it on the release is really special, and something I love having and owning to watch whenever I want. So the artwork isn't out yet. I hope that it's something good. Criterion's kind of success ratio with great artwork is like almost at the it's almost like 98%. They nail it almost every time. So I'm really hopeful. I think it might be something like the 3 Colors Trilogy box set with like a slip box and then probably 3 individual kind of digipack kind of style cardboard things. I think that might be where they will go with it. I'd be fine with just a plastic case and 3 discs inside. I really would, because it's always heartbreaking when you get a really nice release like that and it's bent on the edge or something like that. But at the same time, they do have amazing releases when they go a little bit further and put in that little bit extra to the packaging, like say the Godzilla release, you know, little things like that. I'm not looking for anything gimmicky like that, but you know, just really simple I think they should go with. Just stills, production stills. Nothing overly arty. It should be as kind of quaint as the series of films is, I think. I wouldn't want something big and loud and garish and all artsy and painterly, and just simple to the point, you know. And again, I hope it doesn't get too concept-y with like a sunrise and a sunset and a moon, you know. Just keep it simple, keep it to the spirit of the films and what makes them so special, and I think that that'll be the best way to go. But yeah, I'm really excited for the artwork reveal. I'm excited to see what the packaging is like, and of course I'm excited just to see these films in high definition, the first two obviously, with Midnight having been previously released on Blu-ray. And just to have these 3 films together in a box set alone is going to be great, but Criterion, they're the gold standard. They really are. They still are the gold standard for Blu-ray releases of films, DVD releases of films, you know, worldwide. They really nail it, and so I'm very excited. So let me know your thoughts about this release. People have been sending me messages saying, "Have you seen the news? Have you seen the news?" I woke up to Ryan Chataway saying, "Holy shit, man! It's out. It's you know, it's been announced finally after all these years." And this past year of kind of build-up, when they're going to confirm it, when they're going to release it. So it's coming out in February. It's out to pre-order now. I don't know if it's going to be coming out in the UK via Criterion, because they're doing that now. They're doing some kind of joint releases. I know His Girl Friday is coming out in January in both America and the UK. So maybe we might get a UK release, which would be a lot more convenient and cheaper, but time will tell. It certainly doesn't bother me that much. I'm region free, so you know, I'll be getting it regardless, and it is one of those day one purchases. Unfortunately, I probably won't see it on day one. It'll probably take me about a month to actually get the thing in hand, but very, very exciting stuff. And I also do wish that they'd found a way to license the scene from Waking Life that has Jesse and Celine in it, to kind of make it a complete thing. But I have a Blu-ray of that from Arrow Video, so I have that kind of in a nice, really nice package too, so that doesn't bother me too much either. So yeah, that's it. That's my thoughts on the announcement of the release of the Before trilogy. And if you haven't seen the films, why are you still watching this video at this point? But they're great films, and I'll talk about them. I have talked about them in the past, but I'll probably be doing some sort of series of videos on this Criterion release when it comes out, and I'll talk about them, review them, go the full whole 9 yards with everything to do with those films. And yeah, so you got that to look forward to in 2017. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.
So you might say he's a really nice guy, really, but if fucking don't cut shit with me. He says he's really cool, but I think he's a tool.